let's assume that you've already registered. And it's a very simple process. It doesn't cost any money. And I say, this is a test. Sorry to bother you. Okay, but that's my response, okay? And let's say but I do know the picture. I do know I can answer something in that picture. That's how I do it. And when I do respond to them, my reply will show up right below theirs. And this person will get an email alert to their email that says someone responded to your post. And they have an answer for you, okay? So that's lostandfoundphotos.net. That's the crux of it, okay? Any questions? And then we'll leave this alone and go right back to the scanning. Okay. It looks like the scanner is working fine. Thank you so much. Oh, there's one more. I want to go the past matters.com. This should be it. Yeah. So here you go, and our resources, and she has all kinds of features here about what she can do to help you. You can even download a sample report of her services, okay? Very good. Okay. So anyways, here's our tintype. And what I want to do is I just create a little boundary box around it. And what that does is that tells the scanner, okay, I only want you to scan this small portion of the bed. I don't need you to scan the whole bed. Okay? That's nothing fancy. And since it's so small, let me go to the scale and increase it to, let's say, 150%. Now, in my notes, in my handout, I say scan big. Minimum 300 ppi at 100% size. So as you see, it says DPI. That's the same thing. Okay, you say tomato, I say tomato. If it's technically it's correct when you say PPI because it's pixels per inch. Dots per inch is a printing term because when you throw something on an offset press, it builds an image from dots, not pixels. Okay, dots. Little circles or diamonds, different depending on the technique. But technically when we're scanning a picture, it's pixels per inch. We're okay with this, okay? Any questions? Okay, next I hit scan. I always like to work directly with the scanner. I would rather not open up Photoshop and then import the scanner. I'd rather open up the scanner software, work directly with it, because then I have this choice where I can save to my desktop or some other folder. Then I can put a name, I can do a prefix, and I can have a quantity number. Now, let's say this is the Smith family photos that I'm scanning, right? And I got 3 of them. This is 001. The next one I put on the flatbed and scan will be automatically 002. And I won't have to remember to keep typing in Smith, okay? The next thing is the file format, okay? And we should always use JPEG, right?
No.
Oh, good. Good. And I'm going to hit OK. And it's going to scan it. So we got any questions?
Yes. You changed it to 150%?
Yes.
It's better to do that when you're scanning rather than after it's scanned already?
Exactly. You never want to make a small image bigger. And I have that in the notes so you don't have to try to remember it. But you can get away with it a little bit, but I wouldn't try it. I would say scan big and make it small later. Okay? And let me tell you, hard drive space is getting cheaper. It's not worth it to cut yourself short because you're running out of hard drive space. You know, you have to get another hard drive, get a bigger one, get a second, a third, a fourth, whatever. Okay. So you follow? Did that answer your question? Yes. Scan big.
I assume that the quality is better at the scanning?
It's always better. It's always better. Let me show you.
All right.
Let me show you. I saved this to the desktop. Now I'm in Photoshop. Okay. and I'm going to open it here. It's a little slow. Come on. And it's going to open. Everybody okay? All right. I'm all right. Okay, so here she is. And eventually it will open. Yeah, it's time for me to upgrade, I see, to a faster computer. Don't worry, I don't do my real work on this. This is just, my real work is nice, big, fat. That thing would open up real fast. You got it. By the way, that's important. When you're dealing with images, you have to have a lot of RAM, okay? And having less than 1 gigabyte of RAM can really slow you down, okay? So remember before I was talking about, let's do how these get darker over time. Well, let me crop. I don't recommend you cropping a photo just like I'm doing. Again, I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. Okay, we're going to go to levels, image adjust levels or enhance. And remember what I showed you. It says channel. You have to adjust each channel one by one, okay? So we'll go to the green channel next. Get the sliders all the way to the edge of the mountain. Come on. Oh, wrong one. Moved the mid-tone slider and messed that up. Let me get that back a little bit to 1. There we go. Okay, so here's before, after. Now that's probably how it first looked, okay? Now notice though, when we did that, we built up all the contrast, and now all the spots are worse, okay? Now this I scanned in at 150%, so instead of 1.5 inches wide, it's now 2.5, about, somewhere around there, okay? Now if let's just say, okay, you see how sharp she is, right? You see the detail. Did I say she? He? Looks like a she. That's a she. That's a she.
No, I think that's a she.
That's a she. Yeah, I can't tell, the face is so messed up with those gashes. Okay, so let's just say I scanned this at a small size. Let's say I scanned it at 72. I'm changing it in here. I'm going through the back door, so to speak. But let's just say I scanned it small at 72. This is what it would look like.
Yeah, that's what always happens to me.
Yes, that's what always happens to you because you got to set your resolution right when you scan it.
Okay.
And of course, when you scan it right from the beginning, look at all that detail.
Yeah, that's amazing.
As opposed to, did you see how jagged it was?
Oh, it's bad.
Okay. And then imagine this. You say, well, oh, it's just too jagged. I'm just going to, he said 300, so I'm going to add 300. Let's see what happens when you do that.
It just makes the jagged stuff bigger.
Well, it's not so jagged, but it's still blurry. That's because you're telling Photoshop, well, figure it out. You want detail? Make it. It says, okay, and this is the best it can do. Okay? So it really doesn't make a difference. If it's scanned in low resolution, it's scanned in low resolution. You're stuck. Okay? Any questions?
Now, can you clear that picture up?
What do you mean clear it up?
Okay, it's still blurry, or the scratches. Can you get all that stuff out?
Well, first of all, if I have the original, I'm going to rescan it so that I don't have to deal with that blurriness. Okay?
How do you do that?
Well, just like what I did here. I scanned it at 300 pixels per inch at least 100% size, right? That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Oh, isn't that the image there?
This is the good scan.
Right.
Yeah. So you're asking about these scratches in the face.
Right.
Okay. All right. There's a lot of ways to fix that. I'm just trying to think. I don't want to spend too much on one picture when I can do that on another picture. So let's I'm trying to be fair to everybody. We're going to